Welcome back, everyone. This is Newbie Gameplay with Chess.com, solving puzzle March 14, currently level 12. What happened? No. Why? I don't understand this. Okay, let's go puzzle. Rush. Survival. How come we don't have any puzzle again? Why? This is the second time this happened. There's no puzzle available for me. What happened? Custom. Please, 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 please. And no puzzle. What should I do now? What should I do now? There's no puzzle. Do you want me to play a game? Okay, I'm gonna play a game. This is not going to be a good game. Start. Okay, you're seeing this, right? Hopefully, hopefully, this time the game will be recorded or uploaded because I am currently looking at the game. It's being recorded. Okay, it's being recorded. Okay, basic. Let's go basic. Basic. 1824. Let's just go basic. 4 knights. Those things. Oh, abandoned. Okay. Aborted. I'm not worthy to be the opponent. Okay. So, no puzzle, no game. What am I supposed to do? Let's just do next lesson. Just something to do today. Okay.
Even the powerful queen cannot checkmate the king all by itself. Many times you will find yourself with just your king and queen against the other king, and you need to know how to finish the job. It can be pretty frustrating unless you know what you're doing. Let's see how it works. In this position, we can use an assisted checkmate idea to win the game in just one move. Notice that the white king and queen both meet on the G7 square, right next to the black king. The queen can move to that square, checking the black king, and since the white queen is protected by its own king, the game is checkmate. Delivering a checkmate in the corner of the board is nice, but how do we force the king to the corner and set up checkmate? Let's take a look.
Okay.
In this position, black's king is on the central square D5. In order to checkmate the king, it must be forced to the edge of the board. Notice that the black king can move to any of the other central squares on the next turn, D4, E4, or E5. White's first goal is to prevent the king from staying in the center of the board and pushing it toward the corners. Queen to E3 prevents the king from staying in the center, so the king must move toward the corners. After king D6, white's next job is to prevent the black king from returning to the center. Queen to E4. Notice the queen is keeping the king out of the center, and it's slowly pushing the black king toward the corner. You'll also see that white's queen is always one knight move distance away from the black king.
Okay,
We'll see the white queen
distance.
continue to shadow the king a knight's distance away for the rest of the game. Black plays king C5, still trying to stay near the center, and white plays queen D3. After king C6, queen D4. Notice black moves up a square, white's queen moves up a square. The black king moves down a diagonal square, the queen moves down a diagonal square. The king moves up, the queen moves up. Notice always a knight's distance away. After king A7, the king goes up a diagonal square, the white queen goes up a diagonal square as well. Now comes the most important part of this position. After king A8, should the white queen continue to shadow the king a knight's distance away? If queen B6 is played, the black king does not have a legal square, but it is also not check. Do you remember what we call that when that happens? That's right, stalemate. It's a draw. So be sure to avoid that move. In this position, once you get the king into the corner, allow it to continue to dance on these two squares, back and forth, until your white king is able to set up an assisted checkmate. Let's see how that works. After king C2, king A7, king C3, king A8, king C4, king a7, king c5, king a8, king c6, king a7. Now that white's king is close to the queen, can you find an assisted checkmate in this position? That's right. Queen to b7, checkmate. The white king assists the queen in delivering the checkmate to the king. Now that you've learned how to checkmate with the queen versus king, it's your turn to practice checkmating the king.
Okay. This is actually a free, what do you call that? A free lesson. So this is not, someone told me that it's illegal to do that, to upload the lessons. But this is free lesson, so I don't think it matters that much. Okay, according to chess.com, we will do this. Alright, continue. And this. Alright, and this, and this, and this. Okay, next. Okay, we're gonna go... Where are we going? Here. One knight distance. Here. And here. Okay. Remember the one knight distance rule. Okay. Ito, here? No? Why not there? Check. Immediate checkmate. It says immediate checkmate. Okay. I'm an idiot here. I'm setting up for the assisted checkmate. It was immediate. I'm stupid. I'm sorry. Okay, perfect. So that was checkmate with the queen. Okay? Alright, moving on.
As you've already learned, checkmate with 2 rooks is pretty easy, and checkmating with just 1 queen is simple too, once you know how to do it. Another common checkmate comes from king plus rook versus king. In this position, you don't have the power of the queen, and instead have to use some patience to get the job done. Let's see how to do it.
Okay.
The first thing the rook needs to do is put the king into a box. After rook h4, notice the black king is within this box, and white's goal is to never allow the black king to escape from this box. Black's king gets closer to the rook, and white's rook, unlike the queen, will need help from the king to push the black king into the corner and deliver checkmate. The reason why is the rook cannot move diagonally, so the lone king can sneak up and attack the rook from a diagonal. This means white needs to bring the king closer to the rook and protect it, like this. After king g5, black threatens to win white's rook, and white's king arrives just in time to protect the rook. White begins the slow but effective plan of pushing black's king back into a corner in order to deliver checkmate. After every move, the side with the rook has to ask, can my rook safely shrink the box? If the answer is yes, then move the rook. If the answer is no, then move the king closer to the opponent's king. In this position, can white's rook safely shrink the box? Yes, it can, with rook g4. How about now? Can white shrink the box again? If you said rook f4, you're correct. White shrinks the box once again. After king d5, can white shrink the box? Well, not safely, because after rook e4, the king would just take the rook. Also notice if the rook moves to f5, the king is able to run outside of the box. So remember, when you can't shrink the box, move your king closer to the opponent's king, like this. After king e5, can white shrink the box now? Notice if rook e4 check, the black king is able to move outside of the box. Remember, in a rook and king versus king position, only check the king with the rook when it is checkmate. Otherwise, bring your king closer to the opponent's king. White brings the king closer to the other king, and after king d5, can white shrink the box? You bet. Rook e4. So slowly but surely, white is making progress. After king d6, white cannot shrink the box safely, so white brings the king closer to the opponent's king. After king c6, can white shrink the box? Absolutely. Rook e5. After king d6, black decides to give white some trouble. In this position, I can't shrink the box as white, because if we play rook to d5 check, the king escapes. But also, how do I move the king closer to the opponent's king? I can't. So what do we do here? In this position, we just need to move our king somewhere to protect our rook. And in fact, there's only one square to do it. King e4. After king c6, can white shrink the box now? Absolutely. Rook to d5. And notice, white's making some real progress now. After king c7, white brings the king closer to the opponent's king. And after king c6, white continues to bring the king closer. After king c7, can the box now? Absolutely. Rook to d6. And after king to b7, white plays king to d7, getting closer to the opponent's king. After king b8, can white shrink the box? Yes, after rook c6. White's getting really close to pushing that king into the corner. After king b7, here we are again. White cannot shrink the box, but we also can't move the king closer to the opponent's king. What to do? When this happens, it's simple. Just protect your rook and make black move. Black moves to b8, and can you shrink the box now with the rook? Absolutely. Rook to c7. And after king to a8, white brings the king closer to the opponent's king. King b8. White moves the king closer again. And now, after king a8, the king is finally in the corner, and white is ready to deliver a checkmate. Can you see which rook move will deliver checkmate? If you found rook to c8, checkmate, great job. White delivers a checkmate. After learning how to checkmate with the queen and king, and now the rook and king versus king, you may expect the next videos to include checkmate with a king and one other piece. It turns out only the queen and rook can partner with the king by themselves to checkmate a lone king. All other pieces need more support to deliver a checkmate. Now that you've learned how to checkmate a king with a rook and king, it's your turn to practice the king and rook checkmate.
Okay, whoever recorded this, that voice is very, what do you call that? Engaging. You want to listen because it's not too aggressive. It's not, it's soft, but it's not boring. And the way he speaks is very clear. It's really nice. Do you know whose voice is this? Maybe one of the GM or what do you call that? Staff. Yeah, you know what I mean. Okay, test.com. Who is this person? Come on, checkmate. And checkmate. And not a checkmate. Go here first. Okay, and then checkmate. Okay. Move here. Move there. Checkmate. Move here. Move here. No? Oh. What was it again? I got it wrong. That's embarrassing. Okay, move here. Okay, that is just embarrassing. I'm gonna cry. See, there's no way. There's nowhere to put it. Why? Oh, why? What was it again? White wants to force back black king to f8, deliver check by the next move. Can you find a rook mate that forces black to move f8? Okay, f8. You have to move f8. Forces the king to move f8. It's not a check. What? Okay. So the king can move h7 and f8, right? Damn it, it's here. I'm an idiot. I'm so sorry. I wasn't paying attention. I'm a bad student. I'm so sorry. Anyway, so that is our lessons for today. Um, Checkmate with queen and king and rook and king. Alright, don't be like me. Listen to look at what you're doing. Alright. Wait, we have a move already. Okay, so we have check. Oh, what? Come on. Sorry. Okay, check. Let's wait. Are you going to move now? Come on. You're in check. Are you awake? Come on. No, not moving. Anyway, so that what happened. That's all, folks. Okay. Anyway, is it check? Either move the bishop. Move the bishop or take the rook. It takes my knight. I'll take with the pawn. Queen versus queen. Yep. Okay. Nope, not moving. Anyway, I'll update you what happened to that game. Okay, as you can see, my game archive. Let's go see. I am failing at this. It's all red. There's a lot of red, more red than green. See, it's 4 consecutive losses. Nah. Anyway, where was I? There's no puzzle today, just lessons, and yeah, that's it. Alright, thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. Please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't. It will be nice if we grow our channel and you help me with my games. Bye.